Hi, my name is Jim and our company is Vantage Property Management. In today's session, I'd like to take some time to discuss the importance of the tenant move-in inspection. And you might say to yourself, well, what is so important? Well, at the end of the lease, 2 or 3 years later, when it's time to move out, if you haven't done a good job up front, it can create issues at the end. Here at Vantage Property Management, we do an in-depth room-by-room inspection prior to the meeting with the tenant. Ours is a written form, and then it goes into a computer, etc. It doesn't have to be that fancy, but you do want a room-by-room inspection. Preferably do it ahead of time, and then when you meet with the tenant, you can walk through and discuss items that they might want to add to that inspection. What we do here at VPM is provide the tenant a copy of that report and allow them their first 10 days of occupancy to add any comments they might have. These are the nicks, dings, scratches. It's very important to give the tenant a good chance to get their input on there so they don't feel like they've been rushed into anything like that. Really, even though we're at the beginning of the lease, as I mentioned a moment ago, we're planning the exit strategy 2 or 3 years later, and it truly makes life so much easier at the end of the lease when you're doing that walkthrough with the tenant. You've got that initial report with you, and if suddenly there's an issue like a hole in the wall, you look at the report together. If the hole in the wall was noted there at the beginning, then, well, it's just the way it was, no problem. But if it wasn't on the report, then of course it becomes a security deposit issue and you can take appropriate action. But I assure you, if you want to make life very easy at the end of the lease, do a good job with that initial inspection so that it just takes all of the questions out of it at the end. Hopefully these tips have been helpful to you. If you have any other questions, give us a call here at Vantage Property Management.